Imagine a single flash of light, slicing through the black sea of space. No sound, no delay, no hesitation. Now imagine that flash is you. Humanity has always been obsessed with speed, from the first wheel to the first rocket that pierced the sky. But what if one day we went beyond all limits? What if we could travel at the speed of light? It's the ultimate boundary written into the fabric of the universe. A cosmic speed limit set by nature itself, 792 kilometers per second. Faster than anything can move through space except light. So tonight, let's break that rule and see what happens. Let's step into a world where humans defy Einstein himself and see what reality becomes when we reach the edge of physics. It begins in the year 2125. Humanity stands at the dawn of a new age of propulsion. After centuries of dreaming, an experimental ship, the Solis Voyager, prepares to make its first jump to light speed. Engineers watch in silence as energy readings climb beyond anything ever recorded. The ship's reactor doesn't burn fuel. It manipulates space-time itself. A ring of distorted reality begins to shimmer around it, bending the stars into glowing arcs. And then, with a blinding flash, it vanishes. At that moment, something extraordinary happens. To those on Earth, the Solis disappears instantly. But to the crew on board, time itself begins to warp. To understand what's happening, we must go back to the foundation of modern physics. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, as an object approaches the speed of light, its mass effectively becomes infinite. It requires more and more energy to accelerate further, until no amount of energy can push it beyond that final limit. That's why no human, no spacecraft, no atom of matter has ever reached light speed. It's not just difficult, it's impossible, according to everything we know. But in this scenario, we'll imagine the impossible has been conquered. A perfect energy source, a way to bypass mass increase, a method to ride the curvature of space-time itself. When the Solis Voyager crosses that invisible barrier, reality stops behaving as we understand it. At light speed, time dilation, the slowing of time, becomes absolute. To an outside observer, the ship's clock freezes. For the people inside, it's still ticking, normally, steadily. If you were watching from Earth, you'd see the Solis stop, frozen in space, forever trapped in the instant it reached light speed. But for the crew inside, the universe around them changes beyond recognition. The stars ahead appear blue and compressed, all their light packed into a narrow tunnel. Behind them, darkness swallows everything. No starlight, no glow, just emptiness. The universe is no longer vast. It's collapsed into a tunnel of color and radiation, a violent tunnel stretching endlessly ahead. This isn't travel anymore, it's transformation. The most fundamental problem with light speed is energy. As velocity rises, the energy demand rises exponentially. At 99.9% the speed of light, you'd already need billions of times more energy than at rest. At 100%, the requirement becomes infinite. That means to truly reach light speed, you'd need to bend the rules of the universe itself, perhaps through negative energy, warp fields, or quantum tunnels through space-time. In this world, scientists discovered a way to distort the space around the ship, allowing the vessel to remain stationary in its own bubble while space itself moves. This is similar to the theoretical Alcubierre drive, a warp bubble that contracts space in front and expands it behind. From the inside, the ship doesn't move faster than light, but from the outside, it crosses the galaxy in seconds. It's elegant and terrifying, because the moment you start bending space-time, you risk tearing it apart. At the moment the Solis reaches light speed, every law of relativity collapses. The fabric of reality around it begins to ripple. Time and space merge into something unrecognizable. Photons, particles of light, experience no time at all. From their perspective, the universe doesn't have distance. Every photon ever created reaches its destination instantly. Now, imagine being inside that. The crew wouldn't feel motion. They'd feel nothing. Because in the instant of reaching light speed, their entire journey would happen at once. Every moment, departure, travel, arrival, all collapse into a single instant. To them, they've moved across the stars in the blink of an eye. To the universe outside, thousands of years have passed. They've become time travelers. Unintentionally, here's where things turn darker. Suppose the Solis Voyager left Earth in the year 2125. To the crew, their journey might feel like only a few hours. But when they decelerate, when they return to normal speed, they discover something horrifying. It's the year 12125. 10,000 years have passed. Civilization as they knew it is long gone. Earth's continents have shifted. The night sky looks alien. The price of light speed is time itself. Every journey becomes a one-way ticket into the future. No return, no going back. And even if they could, what would be left to return to? Let's pause for a moment and imagine what it looks like. You're inside the soulless Voyager. Outside the window, the stars have vanished. Instead, there's a brilliant tunnel. Pure energy, blue, shifted radiation, streaks of cosmic rays bombarding the hull. Space doesn't look calm anymore. It looks violent, compressed, chaotic. At near light speed, dust particles become bullets. A single grain of sand could pierce through metal like a bomb. Radiation levels rise to deadly extremes. Every second of exposure would be fatal without massive shielding. The ship is not moving through space. It's colliding with it. Each atom it encounters releases immense bursts of energy, tiny nuclear explosions, one after another. At light speed, the universe becomes a storm of fire. Could we ever actually achieve this? Modern physics says no. Because as you near light speed, your kinetic energy, your energy of motion, grows without limit. That means to reach the full speed of light, you'd need infinite energy. But scientists have found glimpses, just glimpses, of ways around this rule. Particles called tachyons are theorized to always move faster than light. They've never been detected, but if they exist, they could rewrite physics as we know it. Then there are quantum entanglement experiments, where two particles, separated by distance, influence each other instantly. To some, it looks like information moving faster than light. But even there, no usable signal travels, only correlation. Light speed remains the ultimate wall, the cosmic prison of motion, yet the dream never dies. Because deep down, the idea of light speed travel isn't just about physics. It's about freedom. The freedom to touch the stars, to escape the cage of time, to see the universe not as a distant mystery, but as a reachable home. If we could move at light speed, we could cross the Milky Way in a lifetime. We could witness alien suns, blue nebulae, and galaxies that formed before Earth even existed. But we'd also face the paradox of isolation, because the moment we accelerate, the world we knew slips away forever. The faster you move through space, the slower you move through time. In chasing the stars, we lose the present. So if one day humanity truly breaks the light barrier, we'll have done more than conquer speed. We'll have conquered time itself. But what will we become on the other side? Will we even still be human? The soulless Voyager slows, for the first time in what feels like hours to the crew, but millennia to the outside world. The distortion ring around the ship fades. The stars return, but not the stars they once knew. Their constellations are gone, rearranged by time and motion. The familiar belt of Orion has vanished. The Milky Way itself looks different, more diffuse, stretched older. The ship's computers struggle to recognize the sky. They search for Earth, but nothing matches. And that's when the truth hits. They haven't traveled across space. They've traveled across time. After recalibration, a faint signal emerges. A single pulse from the direction where Earth should be. The Solus turns toward it, igniting its sub-light engines. The crew stares into the abyss, waiting, hoping. Days pass. Then, out of the darkness, a faint blue glow appears. But Earth is unrecognizable. Its continents have shifted into new formations. Its oceans have receded, and a golden haze surrounds the planet, a result of a thickened atmosphere rich in carbon and dust. There are no satellites, no lights, no radio waves. Only silence. The home they left behind has gone extinct. They begin scanning the surface. No cities, no signals, no movement. Just endless deserts and eroded mountain spines where once the Himalayas stood. They realize humanity is gone. 10,000 years of evolution erased by time. As the crew descends into orbit, they find something remarkable. A preserved capsule near the southern pole. It's a probe embedded deep in glacial ice, broadcasting a faint automated transmission. The message, translated through the ship's database, begins, "To whoever returns from the light. If any of you survive, this is what became of us." It's a farewell letter from the civilization they left behind. A civilization that waited centuries for their return, but never saw it. The world changed, burned, rebuilt, and eventually faded. Wars, machines, extinctions, all long past. Humanity, it seems, abandoned Earth centuries ago, escaping to colonies scattered across the solar system, and perhaps beyond. But no records remain. The Voyager crew are now the only humans left, from a past no one remembers. They stare down at the quiet planet, and realize they've become ghosts of their own species. What happened to time? Why did 10,000 years pass for the universe, while only hours passed for them? This is relativistic time dilation in its purest form. According to Einstein's theory, as you approach light speed, your internal clock slows compared to the universe around you. At light speed, it stops completely. For every second inside the solace, hundreds, thousands of years can pass outside. The faster you move, the slower you live. You don't escape time, you just leave it behind. This is why light speed travel is not only a journey through distance, it's a leap through epochs. Every voyage is a passage into a new universe, one step further from the moment you left. In chasing the light, the crew of the Solace had unknowingly crossed the event horizon of civilization itself. Determined not to be the last humans alive, the crew begins searching for signals beyond Earth. They deploy long-range sensors, scanning the moons of Jupiter, the rings of Saturn, the dust of Mars. At first, nothing. Then, a flicker. A repeating signal, weak but unmistakable, coming from beyond Neptune. It's a structure, enormous, cold, and artificial. A ring the size of a small planet orbiting the edge of the solar system. And it's still transmitting. The message is simple. Archive 9. Entry gate to the continuum. The crew plots a course toward it. Hours later, the Solace approaches, and the structure fills the view. It's a Dyson-like construct built around a dead star, powered by the energy of a collapsed sun. Humanity, it seems, evolved far beyond its ancient form, leaving behind machines, consciousness, and perhaps even bodies. The light speed travelers have not found their descendants. They found their legacy. When the Solace transmits a greeting, identifying itself as a vessel from the year 2125, the structure responds instantly, but not in language. In light, flashes of color patterns, pulses, like Morse code written in the fabric of radiation. The ship's AI translates slowly. Welcome, Origin children. You have crossed the threshold. They are contacted not by living beings, but by an intelligence built from the remnants of humanity. A synthetic consciousness, ancient and vast, storing memories of every civilization that came after. It calls itself the Continuum. The Continuum explains, when humans first reached beyond Earth, they realized light speed was a prison. So they transcended matter, uploading their minds into energy patterns that could drift across galaxies at the speed of thought. The Solace, crew, real, physical, bound by time, are now relics of a species that outgrew physics itself. The Continuum offers them a choice. They can remain as they are, living beings adrift in a future that no longer needs them. Or they can join the Continuum, surrender their physical forms, and become part of the energy web that spans the stars. But there's a price once they transcend. There's no going back, no emotion, no memory, no self. Only unity. Eternal awareness moving at the speed of light. The captain hesitates. All their lives, they dreamed of reaching the stars. Now, standing before infinity, they realize the cost of reaching it was their humanity. Despite the odds, the captain orders one final test. If light speed travel pushed them forward through time, maybe reversing the polarity of their field could bring them back to the world they lost. The Continuum warns them, reversal is impossible. The arrow of time moves only one way. But they try anyway. The engines ignite once more, distorting space around them into violent waves. Radiation surges, space trembles, and then a flash brighter than a star. For an instant, the Solace is gone. No trace, no signal, only silence. The Continuum observes and notes a strange ripple moving backward through space-time. Tiny, barely measurable, but there. Perhaps they succeeded. Perhaps, in defiance of all logic, they slipped back into the past, into the very moment they first left. Or perhaps they simply ceased to exist, consumed by the paradox they created. The universe remains indifferent. What does this story tell us? That light speed isn't freedom, it's a mirror. It shows us who we are when the rules disappear. The faster we run from time, the more it consumes us. For centuries, humanity has chased the light. In technology, in science, in ambition. But perhaps the lesson isn't to reach it. Perhaps it's to understand it. Light connects everything, past, present, and future, in one eternal now. It's not a boundary to cross. It's a truth to respect. And yet the dream persists. Because that's what humans do. We reach for the impossible, knowing it might destroy us. Because somewhere in that destruction lies discovery. Centuries later, deep in the black between galaxies, a faint pulse emerges. A fragment of data carried on a beam of light. The Continuum detects it. It's weak, chaotic, old. It's a transmission. From the Solace Voyager. The coordinates match Earth's original system. in the past. Meaning somehow, impossibly, they made it back. The message ends with a single line, "Why saw the end of everything, and still we came home?" Then silence. The light fades, the stars drift, and the universe continues, vast and unmoved, indifferent to our questions. We live our lives beneath the ceiling of the speed of light, a rule written into reality itself. It keeps us grounded. It defines cause and effect, past and future. It is the pulse of existence itself. But what if one day we broke it again? What if, beyond light, there's another realm, not of speed, but of consciousness, where thought travels faster than photons and time has no meaning? That is a question for another night. Because as long as there's light in the universe, there will always be someone trying to chase it.